Hey VC, it's Jonathan, your cheap and cheerful record collector. A little different view today. It was such a beautiful day. I decided I couldn't sit inside and make a video, so I'm out here on the deck. Hopefully the neighbors won't come out and stick their nose in. So I've had a successful couple of days. Yesterday we went up to Bangor, Maine to visit my wife's sister, and after a half hour of that I was done. So I excused myself and went to a record store in the area, which I'd never been to before, called Dr. Records. Picked up about 5 records there. Everything was $5 and under, which is right in my alley, just what I like to do. First one, I had never seen this before, so I was real happy to pick it up. Doug Somm. This is called Hell of a Spell. You know Doug Somm from the Sir Douglas Quintet. Big on him right now, and always happy to find something new by him. And this is on what label is this? Oh, it's on Tacoma. Nice classic Tacoma label. So that was cool. Haven't listened to any of these yet. Got to give them a good cleaning first, but big fan of Doug Somm and Sir Douglas Quintet. Next one is the Blasters. Love that old-time rockabilly. This is Non-Fiction. And I'll show Phil Alvin and Dave Alvin, of course. And this on Slash Records, nothing special there. 1983. So looking forward to digging into that too. The Blasters. And then he had some records for $1, so I had to go through those, and I found Art Tatum. And this is Lasting Impressions, live performances from 1951 and 55. So yeah, if you don't know Art Tatum, a blind jazz musician, a piano player from the 40s, 30s to the 50s, and they used to always say there's Art Tatum and then everybody else. Played magically, so looking forward to getting that. Then I found another jazz album, which is a repress, but that's fine with me. Max Roach and Clifford Brown in concert. Love those old labels. This is a copy of the original label. And this is on GNP, Gene Norman Presents label. But yeah, Max Roach and Clifford Brown, can't go wrong with that. So another great LP. And then the last one I got from them, there's this folk singer named Roy Bookbinder. He's from the early 60s, mid 60s, played in Greenwich Village. I saw him perform about 8 years ago here in Portland. He gave a great show, storyteller, singer-songwriter. Hard to find his albums. 2 weeks ago I found one album by him. I was really happy to find that. I think I showed that in my last video. And then yesterday I picked up another one. So it's always the way, you know, you don't see them for 5 or 6 years, and then all of a sudden within 2 weeks you find 2 of them. So this is Roy Bookbinder and Fats Kaplan, Get Fiddle Shuffle, on Blue Goose Records from 1975. Comes with the original sleeve, which is very cool, and I love that Blue Goose label. That was a great find. Happy to get that. Then this morning I went up to Freeport, Maine, and there's a little antique mall just outside town. It's a barn, and they have a bunch of stuff, and there's a guy who has records there. And I'll find things there now and again. He's not as cheap as I'd like, but now and then he'll have something good. So today I found 3 things there, which I was real happy about. First one is Nina Simone and piano. This is, I don't have any, had no Nina Simone until today. So I've always looked for a lot of her stuff. I love her stuff. Great documentary about her on Netflix. Very sad story, but great doc. And there's the back. Nina Simone, and she sings Nobody's Fault But Mine, I Think It's Gonna Rain Today, Randy Newman song. The Human Touch, The Desperate Ones. I mean, it's got to be great. So 1969. Basically, it's just her and piano, no orchestration, which is good. And then when I was digging, I saw this one, and I, again, spent more than I usually do, but I couldn't say no. Nina Simone, Forbidden Fruit. which is a classic album by Nina Simone. Rags and All Iron, which is great. Gin House Blues, Work Song, Memphis in June, and of course Forbidden Fruit. On Colpix Records, the old Colpix label. So that was another great find today. And then the other one I found, this is another one, a lot of people probably don't know this guy. His name is Julius Lester. And Julius was also a folk singer. That's Julius there. Also a folk singer in the early 60s in Greenwich Village. Put out a number of albums. I think he ended up being actually converted to Judaism and became a rabbi and taught at university. Don't know which university. I think maybe UMass at Amherst, but I'm not positive. But great voice, great singer, and really happy to be able to find this original issue on Vanguard gold label. I think this is from '65. So Julius Lester. And then I continued up north and I went to Brunswick, Maine, where this guy I know has used to have a booth in a large flea market. And he recently closed that and opened up a real brick and mortar store. And he always has good stuff. His prices are not cheap, but he always has good stuff. So I picked out about 2 or 3 records that I just don't listen to, that I have sitting around, classic stuff, but stuff that just sits there. I'm going to trade them in for something I'm actually going to listen to. So what I ended up getting today, these are all represses, but all virtually new. So I was happy to get them. First one is Sonny Rollins, which is Tenor Madness, 180 gram vinyl. Sonny Rollins with Red Garland, Paul Chambers, Philly Joe Jones, and John Coltrane. So a nice repress. Looking forward to digging into that. Next one is another repress on Candid, and this is the great Charlie Mingus. Charlie Mingus presents Charlie Mingus with Eric Dolphy, Ted Curson, Danny Richmond, and of course Charlie Mingus on bass. And the last one I traded him in for is one that's been on my want list for a while now. I've seen it but never wanted to spend the money for it, but I was really happy to find it there and be able to make a trade for it, not cost me anything. It's Miles Davis, In a Silent Way. It's a lot of glare with this one. But Miles Davis, In a Silent Way, 180 gram repress, with Herbie Hancock, Chick Corea, Wayne Shorter, John McLaughlin on guitar, Tony Williams on drums. So I've heard this album before many times, but it just didn't have a nice copy, so I'm real happy to pick that up. So that's been my finds the past couple of days. I think they've done really well. Really pleased with what I found. Most of the stuff in my price range, and can't wait to clean them up and dig into them. Hope everybody's enjoying this beautiful weather here and wherever you are, and until next time, peace.